In Tomb Raider, you take control of young student Lara Croft as she's shipwrecked on an island and is forced to fight for her survival.
Our captain is injured.
Have you heard from any of the others?
Nothing.
Our crew is scattered.
I have a bad feeling about this. I've got to find them.
We're hunted by the island's inhabitants.
Lara, they've got me locked up.
Sam, listen. I'm gonna get you out of there.
I'm gonna come right out and say it, Tomb Raider is the Batman Begins of video games, in the sense that it's a reimagining, it's dark and gritty, and it is just so much fun. I had a blast playing Tomb Raider, and I think there's something in it for everyone. Tomb Raider is a third-person action-adventure game, not unlike Uncharted. You're probably gonna hear a lot of comparisons to Uncharted, but I really think it takes some things to the next level and in a different direction. This is an M-rated Tomb Raider game. This is a very grisly, scary, horrifying, brutal game where you're constantly battered and brutalized and you're forced to fight for your survival. Lara starts out as a very young, naive Asian studies student on a ship ready to go exploring, and she crash lands on an island, and the island is inhabited by like these pirate stranded type of guys, and they actually are part of a cult, and this whole big conspiracy with a ancient Japanese civilization comes about. Sounds very Tomb Raider, and it is, because, you know, there's the fantastical part of it and the real part of it, but at the same time, like I said, it takes things really to the next level, especially with Lara's personal journey. You see Lara become, you know, from the naive girl that she started out as to essentially Lara Croft Tomb Raider, and it is a blast to watch. Like I said, it's like Batman Begins, seeing Bruce Wayne become Batman, but see him actually become it in a tangible, realistic way. It's fantastic to see her journey. That being said, she is beaten to an absolute pulp. Be prepared to watch and control her as she falls off cliffs, gets stabbed by sticks, falls on rusty nails, almost gets, you know, raped by a man. There's a great little supporting cast, and they all look like they stepped off the set of Lost. They're all very well voice acted. Laura has a mentor figure, which I loved, and overall, the story is very effective. Now, I can talk all about that stuff, blah, blah, the story is effective. Listen to me. The game is incredibly fun. Like I said, it is a bit like Uncharted, but it also takes cues from the Metroidvania style type of gameplay. If you remember, like Arkham Asylum, where you get abilities and then you can go back and use said abilities to unlock other things. While the game isn't as focused on survival as I was hoping it would be, there is that overall theme, and there are times when you're running through the woods hunting people with a bow and arrow. You essentially, like Far Cry 3, what I liked about Tomb Raider is that you essentially become Rambo. In somewhat typical video game fashion, you can upgrade your weapons, you can upgrade your abilities, and I liked it. You can change like a dodge roll to a dodge roll and throw sand in someone's face, to poking someone with an arrow, learning counters, learning how to use your pickaxe as a weapon. All these different unlockable levels that add to the depth of the gameplay, really expanding your options of what you can do. The combat is pretty fun. It's a little loosey-goosey at times, but the bow and arrow works great. Shootouts are very tense, and the cover system is incredibly natural. There's not a cover button. You just stand by cover, you take cover when you need to. And while that sounds like that could be a mess, it is perfect. However, the AI can be a little spotty and dumb. At times, I felt like I was fighting against the Las Plagas from Resident Evil 4, and how they kind of just mindlessly shuffle around and run towards you and just stay in cover, and for no reason, I don't know. It didn't really take me out of it. And there are puzzles in this game. Don't let people tell you there aren't puzzles. There are puzzles, and there are tombs to raid. They are optional, but they're quite challenging. Nothing really very on the level of the last Tomb Raider games. They're certainly toned down, but they're a lot of fun. The combat and the action and all of that works because the game looks incredible. Whether you're playing it on PC or Xbox 360, this almost looks like a next-gen title at times. And the sound design is absolutely incredible for weapon effects and action explosions and stuff like that. There's one part in the game, not really a spoiler, but you're tumbling down a mountain as a plane crashes into the mountain, and then behind you, the airplane is tumbling down this mountain, ripping to shreds, you know, stuff flying everywhere. And I was playing with headphones, and it sounded like a movie. It sounded almost like a Transformer explosion. And I was like, that tops it. That tops Uncharted for me. That was the greatest action set piece I've seen in a video game probably ever. Wow, I just said that. But besides that, like I said, there are very quiet moments. There are parts where you're sneaking around from people, helpless. You're crawling through caves, and there's almost like a survival horror sense of foreboding and fear. And there are parts in the game where I am afraid, which I did not expect, but I think that's really worth mentioning. It was incredible. So overall, if you can't tell, I am very ecstatic about Tomb Raider. I think it was a pleasant surprise and a very well done game. There's also a multiplayer aspect in the game, which kind of feels like Uncharted 3's multiplayer. I didn't play it too much, but it's competent, it's not bad, you know, it's there. They kind of changed the control scheme, which is a little weird. But what are you gonna do? So I love Tomb Raider. Let me know what you guys think about Tomb Raider. Do you guys love it? What is your favorite Tomb Raider game? Besides this one, mine is actually Tomb Raider Angel of Darkness. So you guys let me know anything you want about Tomb Raider. We'll talk in the comments, and that's pretty much it.
If I don't survive, none of us will.